These are my plans for 2019. Hi there and welcome back, or welcome back. I feel like I'm back because I was gone for about 2 or 3 weeks. I had a pretty bad cold and I was super tired the whole time, and in between we also went on a skiing holiday. So even though I posted some YouTube videos, they were made before I left. So I'm back and I'm feeling much better. Thank you all so much for all the well wishes. It was really nice to read them. So I grabbed a cup of tea and I thought let's discuss some plans for 2019. Actually, I wanted to show you the finished tree house quilt today, but here it is. I started quilting on it, but since I wasn't feeling well and this one is a pretty big one, it's a heavy duty job to quilt it. So even I'm only doing straight lines, it's still quite heavy. So I didn't quilt much, but I did quilt all the horizontal lines. Let me see if I can get that on camera. Yes, there we have them. So here you see all the horizontal lines, and over here you already see one diagonal, and that is the first line that will form the triangles. So I'm well on my way on this one, but I think I'm about halfway with the quilting. So unfortunately today is not the last video of the tree house quilt series, so I hope to have that ready for you next week. Oh, and about the tree house quilt, thank you so much for all the pre-orders that already are rolling in. I have put 3 items in my shop. The first one is the pre-order for the pattern. You get a little discount if you order it as a pre-order, and the patterns will be sent. It's a PDF pattern, so it's a digital file, so you won't pay any postage. It will be sent out the 31st of January. And then the second item in the shop is the tree house quilt kit for the smaller sized quilt. It's 36 by 48 inches. And then there's also a third item, that's the big quilt kit for the quilt as I have it here. So all the fabrics are included for the quilt top, and of course also the pattern is included in those quilt kits. And if you are from the US and you're checking out my web shop and you're thinking, Irene, those quilt kits are pretty expensive. Well, that has to do something with us living in Europe, and we have to ship over the fabrics from the States to Europe. So in my pattern I included the exact amount of fabric that I use, and also the details of the fabric lines and the names of the fabric. So if you want to make exactly this quilt but you're living in the US and you do know a shop that has those fabrics, feel free to get them over there. But if you're in Europe, I ship all over the world, so if you want to make this quilt in these fabrics, feel free to place a pre-order for your quilt kit, because I only have a few of them. That's not because I want to hurry you into a sale or anything, it's just because fabric lines are not endlessly, how do you say that? I cannot reorder fabric lines over and over. They just come out and then I can order them, and after a while they're out of stock at the wholesale. So I only have a limited supply of those fabrics, so that's why I only have a limited amount of quilt kits. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say about the tree house quilt. So now let's dive into some plans for 2019. I don't know how it's with you, but I love plan making. I love my little I love my little notebooks, and I love jotting down ideas, and I love to make plans and schedules and setting goals. So I set some goals for 2019, and I don't want to set too many goals for this year because I noticed that my weeks are easily filled with lots of stuff, and that time flies by when you have a little one around. So I don't want to disappoint myself by not reaching my goals, but I do have some goals for this year that I would like to achieve, or things that I've already achieved and that are just planned this year. So one of the things that I'm going to continue that I started last year is the Tackle That Whip. We started last year and it was a lot of fun to see what projects you're finishing, and it's also motivation for myself to dive into my storage of crafty projects and pick one and finish it. So I'm going to continue that this year, and each month I will be finding a sponsor for us who is going to do a giveaway. And this month that is the beautiful book called Crochet in the City, which is written both in English and Dutch in the same book, so it's easy for people outside the Netherlands to read it as well. There are beautiful projects in there, and we get to give it away to the people who are joining the Tackle That Whip of January. So if you missed that one and you do want to join next month, just check out the Sugaridoo blog at the beginning of the month so that you have a chance to sign up to the Tackle That Whip. And when you finish your whip, or when you reach your goal at the end of the month, you have a chance to win the giveaway. It's as easy as that, and it's a lot of fun. You can check out also the hashtag on Instagram to see all the other projects that are joining at the moment, and just encourage each other to finish our whips. So that's a monthly thing that I will be doing. And something else that's also already planned are the crochet parties. That will be 4 crochet parties this year, which are going to be a lot of fun again. And something else that's already planned, that are the craft fairs. This year I'm going to join 2 craft fairs. I decided to not join the smaller ones that I used to do. I just picked 2 big ones in the Netherlands, which are the Handwerkbeurs. That is already in February, so in a few weeks. And also the Sugaridoo, the big one that I attended the end of last year. And I'm just doing 2 of them because the craft fair is always pretty much work to prepare, and it takes a lot of time, but on the other hand it's super fun to do. So I picked 2 big ones that I can enjoy to the max, and then in the meantime I have enough time to prepare for them. And then there's 2 very nice things that are planned for this year, and actually pretty funny. Do you remember a few videos ago that I shared that I wanted to do work with other companies, collaborations? Well, I have already 2 of them, and I'm so happy that I get to work with them. So the first one is already in February. The new issue of the magazine Quilt Now will have a Sugaridoo pattern in it, so keep your eyes out for the new issue of that magazine. It was so much fun to design a quilt project for that. It's a wall hanging and it's super cute, so you really should go check out that issue. But I will keep you updated, and I will definitely show it in a video when it's out. And the other one is a collaboration with a fabric designer, and that is the first time that I get to work with a fabric designer. They have a new fabric line coming out, and I get to design something for that and participate in a blog tour that we're doing. And that's landing on my blog the 6th of June, which is also my birthday. So plenty of time to design something fun for that. So if you follow me on Instagram, I will be definitely showing sneak peeks of that project when I'm going to start on it. So those are the main things that are already planned for my business this year. And that leaves me with a few months that have no activities or no things that are planned there. And I'm going to use that time to design. And this year I would love to design about 4 to 6 quilt patterns and 2 crochet patterns. So the tree house quilt is almost finished, so after that about 3 to 5 quilt patterns this year, and 2 crochet projects. I have really no clue what they're going to be, what kind of projects, or what kind of size or style or anything. But I really love the process of designing the tree house quilt and sharing that with you here on YouTube. It was such a fun process, and it almost felt like we were quilting it together. Even though I'm sitting here on this side of the camera and you're watching, but it was so much fun. So I'm going to do that with another quilt and see how it's going, and just take you with me in the design process. So yeah, designing is going to be a main thing this year, because that's the thing I love to do most. And the other thing I really like to do is teaching. On my high school, I helped other students with mathematics and with physics, and when I started studying, I had a side job as a teacher in cake decoration, which I also really liked. And now with quilting, I can give workshops, of course, and teach people how to quilt. But that is always limited to a smaller group, and it's location based. So what I'm planning to do is to design my first online quilting course. So I'm already working on it, and it's going to be lots of fun. So the first one I'm making is about all the basics. So it's to brush up your quilting skills, and also for people who haven't done it. I'm going to make sure that with that quilting course you definitely can make your first quilt, but it will also still be fun enough if you've already made a quilt to brush up your quilting skills and quilt together, but then in an online community. So there is going to be plenty of interaction, because I don't want to just send out some instruction videos and that's it. I really want to make it feel like we're going to be quilting together, because that's what I liked a lot about the process of the tree house quilt. So there's going to be a Sugaridoo quilting course in 2019. I don't know when it will be finished, but yeah, I'm working on it, and it's going to be so much fun. I'm really excited about that. And then for my goals for YouTube and social media, I don't have very in-depth goals, but I just want to post a video on YouTube every week, since I noticed that consistency is pretty important. It's nice to know when a new video is coming out. Also for me, when I watch other YouTube channels, it's nice to know that it's that you know when you can check out the new video. So it's going to stay on Tuesdays, and probably I will convert to a specific time that the video will be out. But for now, every Tuesday is specific enough. And then the other social media platform which I really like is Instagram. So I'll be on those two. Yeah, I guess that's my goal, just sharing stuff of what I'm doing in my business on YouTube and Instagram. It's not more complicated than that. And then something I also want to focus on this year is learning new things. I always love to learn new things. So last year I started knitting socks, and I haven't mastered that yet. So I did not complete a full pair of socks which actually fit my feet yet. So I'm still learning that, and it's still a lot of fun. So a goal for 2019 is to finish a pair of fitting socks for myself. And another skill I also want to learn is to design fabrics, and then especially screen printing. I already have a kit at home from Karen Lewis, which is a fabric designer that I really love. And she has a screen printing kit, and I already have it laying around, but I never got to it. So I really want to make some time to learn that. And there's also a workshop nearby which teaches screen printing. So or I have to go to England to visit to follow a workshop by Karen Lewis, or I'm going to follow it close by. I would love to learn that as a new skill. So who knows, maybe this year I can design and print the very first Sugaridoo fabrics. At least it would be very fun to explore and see if I can make some. So I guess those are the goals for my business in 2019. Thank you so much for listening and watching to this update for my 2019 goals. I really hope that I can finish the quilt this week so I can show you next week how it turned out and tell you all about the quilting that I did. If you do want to learn more about straight line quilting in the meantime, you should go check out Susie Quilts. She is a quilting queen and she makes a super lovely blog and Instagram account, and I learned a lot from her. And she has a lovely blog post with all kinds of tips on straight line quilting. So it's not that I figure everything out myself. I learn a lot from other people. If you're interested, by the way, let me know in the comments below. Maybe I can do a video of all the people I follow on Instagram and YouTube, where I get my inspiration from and where I learn from. So if you would like to know more about that, let me know in the comments below. And if you have other questions or topics that you would want to see a video on, let me know in the comments below. And I will see you next week. Bye bye!